On your 6, General! I'll neutralize this threat!
Hello, it's KRBrickBot, and I'm catching up on China's catch-up with TobotV GD. So I just looked at the most unique Season 1 toys, but the next step would logically be going into the Season 1.5 swag spin-off mid-season, right? And they're unique toys. I just ordered this at the same time with these. One of the Season 2 ones that released in early 2023 in China. And I went with the Ultra Commander instead of the 3 main leads that are like the same size as the Korean toys but are completely new retools to have actual little animal toe keys. No, so I just went with the second wave. One of the second wave Tobots, which is the size class that's the smaller Voyager class, 20 centimeters, simplified features. There's 3 of them. And yeah, Ultra Commander. The main reason I'm getting this is for the scale and the size, because I'm a scale stickler. Yeah, and ordered it from AliExpress, where they do have an option for in-box. A big spacious box, but you can take a good look at how they do it differently. Yeah, it's just maybe simple design, but a nice sparkly blue. A much more prominent V than this original Korean packaging or the global packaging, which has the V, but not much of a V. Yeah, this thing is still pretty big, even though it's a smaller size class. Yeah, so there's the Mecha mode and the Vehicle mode. Transform. The Young Toys and then Ultra Commander. And the Chinese name that is not literal to Ultra Commander. Limao. There's Young Toys, 2023 Young Toys. A shiny seal of authenticity. And a little QR code right on the corner that shows you the transformational video for all of them. Oh yeah, so that's a nice reference manual. The entire Season 2 toy line. They did it again. For the main 3, yes. Unless that's a different size, huh? There's even a raised metallic badge of the face here. That feels like really premium for a kid's toy. And also there's like the classic Tobot logo just right on top of the plastic window. Side of the box has the Ultra Commander here. 2 modes and just the robot mode here. The Mecha mode and the Vehicle mode. This product has been manufactured with all rights reserved to and entered into agreement with Young Toys Incorporated, and in no circumstances may be copied or sold without permission. Just to hammer in home that this is an authentic Tobot product. As much to establish domestically as it is to outside curious buyers. But it looks like they did away with the bios. I kind of missed the bios. They actually put bios on there, even if that was not the most perfect English, but it was still enough to get a point across. So, quite a different packaging style when releasing a new version of this character. And also advertising one less feature. This box was shipped to me in a super tight form-fitting box, because it's an inverted Tobot Arc Bolt box. Yeah, that's funny to think. That's funny. That's funny resourcefulness. Yeah, so this is what the Arc Bolt box looks like. It's much more orange. Same styles. Robot modes. English name right there. And the front is covered with a Hello Carbot backing insert on those giant oversized window Hello Carbot packages, so it's a package fusion and tape on. Yeah, they just taped on a different box and then just put that together. Okay, now to unbox this thing I already unboxed. Yeah, but a nice spacious plastic tray. Even the plastic tray has the Tobot raised and molded on there. That is extra. So extra. Accent white. That's pretty flat. Also, yeah, even the backing here, it's like a nice V. Little floppy here, but... And got a little crush on the bottom, and also product number there, but... Little backdrop. Number 7706. For peace in the universe. With the 3 Season 2 kids. So how does this new Ultra Commander toy compare with the old toy? Besides the size, there are some notable simplifications. For one, I see that the plastic color is a lighter shade of Earth's blue, so... And also the silver. This is a silver paint throughout instead of the dark titanium gunmetal that's painted on this one. And gold. Gold toes instead of the stark orange here. And yeah, and also like thinner striping. Thinner striping on this one than these. And also no striping on right in the crotch area. They're just a little claws in the sides. No, okay, they do have it on the sides. Which, to be fair, the gold is actually a bit more show accurate. So it has points on that, but although I think I might prefer the darker blue of the original toy. There are transformation simplifications, like the chest area is just one big block instead of the sides here rotating it so that the waist is narrower. Yeah, turn it upside down and you see those design points are supposed to be like on the front, but they don't do that. Also, yeah, totally unpainted windows. That's unfortunate because there's a screw hole here, so I guess that's why they did leave it painted. Do it yourself. Also brings up the star pauldrons that are of course not on here, which would be upside down on here, but then if you put that deck on top of here, that would be visible in vehicle mode. Should show you the transformation later. Also, notably the legs is a bit subtle. Yeah, so it's pretty simplified where, you know, it's a fold over, so the wheels are just left right here as opposed to relocating them on the bottom of the feet like roller skates. I guess this does give him thicker legs for support at least. But yeah, that's a major subtle design difference. And his arms don't have any of these big old blocks, these big old tail blocks that detail's just been literally flattened. It's right on his arms. Like extra hand over gauntlets instead of the bare hands. The head is mostly there, like the unusual head with a very long head and a tiny little face, a big old nose, a big old chin. It's like a head crest. That little pointy head crest, which is a bit shorter than the original head crest, and also, of course, it has no little space for a little smirk, side smirk here. At least it has the printed star here. Yeah, but the shape has been messed around a bit. I'm expecting the articulation to be just about the same as the DX Ultra Commander. No head. Soft ratcheted swivels with some clashy tires. Nice clickety ratchety outwards. Soft elbow bend. Only one click. And that is really rubbing it. Just little flakes every time you flex this thing. Just little flakes flexing. Not so much on this arm for some reason. A tiny bit of wrist. So yeah, I guess you could make that a wrist swivel. Very subtle forward and very subtle back because of the permanent molding here, which is on the big one, but this one had extra joints, so you could kind of bypass that, but not so much for this one. No extra joint there. All the way knee at least, and toe down. Which is actually, I think, is a much more natural knee bend than this DX one, so... On the looks, it's slightly better, although there is this connecting tab here that's a little ugly. There are more moving parts and arm joints given to it, so it's not a straight upscale of the mini Ultra Commander, which I sold off before moving back thinking I could get it back affordably, but that is also rarium. Well, fine, I didn't like that toy anyway. For the transformation, should be similar, but simplified, I guess much like the mini, but the same staple of the parts forming arms are still there. No need for waist swivel, just straight fold up and then straight leg over. And then, yeah, just sandwich the trailer bits in between. Then toes down. Ultra Commander in his long 10-wheel trailer truck thing mode. Yeah, this was not the most attractive alternate mode for the TobotV Season 2. And then bringing in the big old trailer truck. There are some design differences in the simplifications. But yeah, let's remove this toe key here that's only for the DX one. And just to bring it closer to how they compare. Well, obviously there's a bit less paint, but there's a bit more paint, like these, which are supposed to be the beast shoulders, they're just fakely simulated, though that is a bit more show accurate. And because of the transformation, you know, this is like a 180 fold over instead of like there's a panel sliding over here, the direction of the legs are reversed. Yeah, so the knees are going this way while the knees are going this way, and also thus consequently toes on the top. And also, yeah, I guess there's some additional mechanical detailing just to cover it up a bit and also keep the feet level, so that's not on here. That's quite different, and also looks like this section's kind of just been extended a bit. Just looks longer. Also visible hands instead of this. Yeah, the proportions of the knee caps and the shoulder caps, they're quite different. Smaller and thinner than these. As with the shortened wheel spikes, these are pretty short. And oh yeah, that wheel, the placement of the wheels on the width is just inconsistent. These are bulging out, these are trucked in, these are all the way in. While the DX one, they're relatively level. They're just pretty much level with each other, like that's perfectly straight. Only these are just slightly sunken in, but this one is just all over the place. So I believe this is closer to the actual show scale than this thing, which could feasibly work, but it made it a little big, a little too big. I don't know, but maybe this doesn't have as much presence and oomph, and also it's a pretty short width. It's a pretty short width for a trailer truck thing. Like the same width as a car, and also maybe look a bit smaller than a tractor trailer truck. This satisfactorily fulfills my niche of a Voyager scaled Ultra Commander that scales with the deluxe size minis in the Transformer scale. Now we've got the entire TobotV Season 2 team in the conventional Transformer scale relative to vehicle scale. Except for the Rangers, these big old chibi guys. But yeah, that's definitely too big. So, GD, Ultra Commander, this is very basic. It's a very simplified figure because of it's also basic in the articulation, especially the leg articulation, and the vehicle mode is also pretty basic for the unusual military six-wheeler spiky truck type, but still, that's not the most remarkable mode for an Ultra Commander. It's just kind of a long vehicle, not much else really. Especially because this is missing its beast mode, its third extension Kaiju beast mode. Yeah, the most interesting thing about this being a triple changer, but with this simplified toy that's about 20 to 30, you take the third mode away and it just kind of lacking something for this character in particular. So this version is really only for like affordable pocket buy domestically, and for the die-hard TobotV fans just really persistence on scale accuracy. Yeah, this just fills one purpose mostly, just to be scale accurate to mainline Transformers. But even then, I think in Beast mode he grows bigger, so this might be also scale accurate. I'm just gonna be using him for the robot mode, and then just switching out for the Beast mode, just changing toys rather than directly the toy, which kind of defeats the purpose. It is not going to be that convincing to swap out since they have like different paint colors, like the gold and orange, the darker blue and the lighter blue, and the slightly different shapes. That's kind of redundant. You could just stick with this one toy and not mind the ultra-sized Ultra Commander. Would you rather have a small and simple Ultra Commander or an Ultra Commander that's contending with Commander Class Ultra Magnus? But I still think it's going for its regular old retail price in Korea and internationally because Ultra Commander is the worst selling TobotV2. I guess that vehicle mode and maybe the beast mode is not really doing it for the kiddies. And this size wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentionally designed to be like scaled accurate. This is just a standard size class. Like any of the toys released in this size class are going to be 19 to 20 centimeters. Yeah, so they're just, like the old days of locking to price points. Yes, so you have like big trucks, ships, and cars in the same line that are all 20 centimeters, and collecting them all will be out of scale. As for the case of Paragon and Arcbolt, they also have these Chinese size class toys that of course don't have their intermediate TV modes. I still think those are re-engineered things, not directly upscaled minis. So really, I think the only purpose of getting those, like the main 5 individual Season 2 V Tobots in this larger size class, the only reason that would be is just for some bigger medium masterpiece scale, or just to scale better with the DX Maximus V toy. Yeah, both the Korean and the Chinese version of the Maximus V are the same size from what I see. So if you want to just be more scale accurate with the next size up, then the Chinese version of these characters are going to do, but that's a niche that not many are going to go for. So I guess for now, nothing else in the Chinese GD Season 2 toy line really interests me. The DX Tobots with individual animal mode toe keys is nice, and maybe a second chance to get those, but maybe redundant if you have the original DX ones, even if they don't have individual animal keys that only appear for seconds. The V Rangers, they're the same size as these, and I think they just really only differences, a few paint differences, plastic differences, and maybe a few more auto gimmicks. And the Gigant Saber Giant Justice is mostly identical. I think the construction is basically identical, maybe a few plastic differences, but otherwise it's pretty much the same as the original Korean release. Unless they release it in a unique color.